Hello, Mr. Salvage World's Tobo Robobin Bobby Bob 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 Bob.
New Nivea Cool Kick deodorant with a cool care formula protects against.
Okay, this isn't where I usually get my cited scientific facts and stuff, but I must protest. This is kind of important that you hear the answer is actually maybe.
Wet odor and bacteria for a kick of freshness that lasts.
Do you think there are any dinosaur bones in space? I mean, at first that sounds like a stupid question, but then you think about like the impact zone and stuff, and I mean, I don't know the math on it, but you know, maybe one of those guys got knocked up into space, right?
So, could there be dinosaur bones in space? No. Okay, let's frame the issue. There's a good rule of thumb.
Okay, so he goes off with his answer of no, and you're always you think you have to have some hope or whatever. Well,
Use when I see a headline that is a question. The answer is no. Have scientists discovered life on Mars? No. Could chocolate be the secret to weight loss? No. Are there dinosaur bones in space? No. For the answer to be yes, here's what we need. To still be in space, it must have been moving fast enough when ejected that it has entered some sort of orbit. It's not a rocket, it's a ballistic projectile. This means speeds at a minimum of about 8 kilometers per second, and that's if we ignore air resistance. Alright, let's do that Socrates shit that Z loves. What is a bone?
okay, that's if we ignore air resistance, which, if you notice, if stuff is being blown out into space because of an explosion from a thing that pushed down and then it lifted it up, right? Two things happen. If, like, depends on, like, if it's the thing that made the moon, that wasn't Jurassic. Okay.
To be a bone, it can't be bone ash or a single set of molecules or just the atoms. Loose calcium and hydrogen atoms do not a bone make. Bones turn to ash around 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Spacecraft during re-entry where the atmosphere is barely there can reach temperatures of 5000 degrees F.
But we talked about an asteroid hitting the planet, making an explosion to possibly, postulating, shoot dinosaur bones out into space. So, if it's exploding up into space already, the atmosphere is not there. It's being pushed away. Just saying.
I already hear you. The entire thing would not heat up at once, and all that dino meat would act as an ablative shield. Fine. Let's assume a dino size of 100 tons.
No.
Let's also pretend that it's a solid chunk of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. It would take 271 megajoules of energy to turn that ice to steam. At 8 kilometers per second, the dino...
Can you find amber with a bug in space? Surprisingly? Depends on how the explosion works. Like, if it goes and does kinetic blast damage and stuff, and is only, like, air explosion, not heat explosion, then the bang has the chance of making that go into space. So again,
sickle has over 430 gigajoules of energy. It would only take 0.06% of the kinetic energy of the dinojectile to flash the entire thing to steam. Could dinosaur bones be...
Okay. Again, you can't make an explosion that goes out into space and then pretend the atmosphere is still there. It has been pushed away a little bit. And you're just riding the puff cloud.
Alright.
Eh?
No.
What? So,
Space, no.
Oh.
Fossils aren't dinosaur bones, but astronaut Lauren Acton did take a mysosaur fossil fragment to space for 8 days in 1985. So if you instead ask, did dinosaur bones go to space, the answer is no.
This episode was supposed to be a short, and then my much smarter friend Tobo Ratan on YouTube, he also makes some D&D videos, heard it and wrote a very reasonable version of this response, and I was like, you gotta record that, and now it's a full, like, this, it was longer than I worked a lot this week.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? Anyway, why? Why do you do this? What is going on? Oi. Why is the volume so high? I don't understand. Anywho, okay, so the question is, was there an explosion that could have put dinosaur bones into space, or dinosaurs? We could just have a full-out dinosaur be shot out into space, and so it would automatically crystal freeze, and so it would be preserved out in space. Now the question is, did it reach escape velocity? Did it actually leave the planet and whatever else and other stuff? And yeah, it's all like, and also where did it end up? So transpermia and all of that. Like, could the bugbear be in the dinosaur, make life happen on other planets because of the explosion? Like, again, it depends. If you have something like, let's say the explosion was really close to a cave, so like it's powerful enough that it ripped the cave apart in such a way that it collapsed around the dinosaur. It got shot out into space because the atmosphere was blown out. Also, like, if it's powerful enough to blow out the dinosaur or whatever else thing, then it's powerful enough to blast the atmosphere as well. You would think, unless it's not powerful, like it's powerful enough to get it up to speed, but it's not powerful enough to actually put, like, you gotta phrase this correctly, and I don't feel like it was phrased correctly.